scorer changed the sixth-inning call to a hit after originally calling it an error. Elsewhere Sunday, the Braves finished off a sweep of the Twins 6-2. The Reds pounded the Orioles 24-2. In 10 innings, the Guardians nipped the Pirates 5-4. NBA playoffs on Sunday. Oak City took a 1-0 series lead over the Grizzlies with a 131-80 win. The Celtics up 1-0 on the Magic after a 103-86 victory in Boston. The Cavaliers beat Miami 121-100 to go up 1-0 in the series. Donovan Mitchell had 30 points. Golden State beat Houston 95-85 to go up 1-0 in the series. Action tonight, the Knicks host the Pistons. Detroit looking at even series at 1 apiece. Denver looking to go up 2-0 in the series at home tonight against the Clippers. PGA Justin Thomas closed with a 21-foot birdie on the first playoff hole to win the RBC Heritage. He jumped past Andrew Novak, who also finished at 17 under. Save big when you bundle auto and home, renters, or condo with Progressive. That's the SportsGrid Sports Flash. I'm Chuck Sanders.
This is the sale you've been waiting for. The Macy's Spring VIP sale is here. Exclusive savings on the season's most loved brands with an extra 30% off Avec Les Filles, Karl Lagerfeld, DKNY, and more. Plus, get 15% off beauty essentials from MAC, Armani Beauty, and too many others to mention. So get to the Macy's Spring VIP sale now and shop brands you love at prices you'll love even more. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Barbecue season is back. Hey, it's Ellen.
And this is Sarah Beth.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is that zesty barbecue sauce. I love that it was a little sweet, a little tangy, and with the mac and cheese.
I feel like I tasted the brown sugar bacon first. It was the absolute best combination. Pro tip, 3 sandwiches are always better than 1.
Order the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich and our Coca-Cola on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Get the SportsGrid mobile app and get gaming strategies and information faster than you can say, "No, honey, I know how to gamble," when your wife asks for $10 to get a scratcher. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
The only place in football where the offense is always on the field is on Moneyline. With the 2 best hosts in radio, Donnie Rightside.
If anybody wasn't watching, listen, I don't know what you were doing.
And Kevin Walsh.
Forget act like you've been there before.
On the SportsGrid Radio Network, SiriusXM Channel 159.
Best every day now is officially underway. It is Moneyline, right on the SportsGrid Network, SiriusXM Channel 159. Donnie Rightside here, and Kevin Walsh. Special guest appearance post Easter break. A lot of doings. The NBA in full swing. Not a lot of great basketball games. A lot of question marks out here, but there are long series here.
Oh, really?
Enjoy that. The hot topics out here. What do you mean, really? This is Blowout City. What are you talking about?
I don't. The second game of the postseason went to overtime.
Yeah.
The third game of the postseason had a 23-0 run with the Knicks having a fourth quarter comeback on their home
blowout.
Yeah, so you didn't watch the game. Okay. So you were watching baseball because you're a baseball guy. You didn't watch the basketball.
Look at a Sunday blowout.
You just didn't watch the basketball. There's a 0%. Hold on. So you're a man of the people, right? Mr. Honesty. How much basketball did you watch this weekend?
I tuned into Saturday. I watched more than I did on Sunday, with Sunday being Easter there. But let me just get back to the games itself. Like, I watched the Pacers Bucks washing. I did watch a little bit of the Clippers Nuggets game. Enjoyed that game. The Knicks game, I didn't watch all too much of that. But again, I know what the final score was. I know it was a 21-0 run, but still a double-digit victory. And pour some out for the Pistons backers who had +7 in that game. And then the T-Wolves, I was watching late at night, just dismantled the Lakers.
Yeah.
And then Sunday was
But again, I mean, look, whatever. I guess we're different. OKC obviously destroyed a team by 50, but that was so incredible to see. Orlando was winning at halftime of the game against Boston. Cleveland, but you also had 3 teams, and this is where the NBA is going to have to stagger this more. They messed up their schedule because they were holding on to where is Golden State going to land too much. They had 3 12.5-point favorites playing game 1, 2, and 3 on Sunday. That's bad booking, as we like to say.
By the way, and I have an issue because I take a look at the NBA playoffs and say that it's going to get better because at least I like meaningful games on a day-to-day basis. And I love the first round because there's so many games on each and every night. And the teams actually care because they're playing for a championship. There was some trash talk. There was some good stuff. But there's only one game this weekend came within 2 points. Everything else was a double digit. I find myself looking at that Warriors-Rockets series, and I tweeted it out. Like, I'm at the point now I wish I could be commissioner of every single sport. If I'm the NBA, I don't even play a regular season. If the Warriors win this series and win it convincingly, I don't want to see an NBA regular season ever again. Give me all 30 teams in there. There are 32 teams, however many there are, and have them all play 7-game series. We'll enjoy it immensely. It'll take like 2 or 3 months, and we'll find a champion because it's apparent the NBA, nobody cares about the regular season, and the odds makers are telling you that as much. The Rockets are horrible, but they're a 2 seed, and a 7 seed is going to blow them off the court. I need the Rockets to win this series more than I need air, because if they don't, Kevin, I don't know if I will ever watch another regular season game in the NBA, even though I don't watch very much now. I can't take it anymore. You can't have a 2 seed get eviscerated and then say, yeah, well, the regular season doesn't matter, Donnie, at all.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a ridiculous overreaction. First of all, yeah, it is. It's a ridiculous overreaction. Those teams finished 4 games apart in the standings.
5.
4. They finished 4 games apart in the standing. Okay? So pretending that these teams aren't from the same planet is ridiculous. The Knicks-Pistons gap was 7 games. And yet there was a lot of belief that Detroit was going to hang. This is about half of that. Also, the Warriors were like under 500 and then made a huge deal in season in Jimmy Butler. And I think the belief from the odds makers and many who cover the NBA is if had Jimmy been on this team all year, they probably would have pushed towards a top 2 seed in the Western Conference. Will you stop being so negative on the NBA? Let's just do an hour of hits, runs, RBIs. It's annoying. You know what I'm tired of too? I'm tired of pretending that it's only the NBA's regular season who has a problem. Nobody watches hockey. Baseball might as well cancel these next 2 months.
Every night baseball players.
And in the National Football League, we do primetime games every Monday and Thursday, and 85% of the time, it is garbage. It is terrible.
I will never.
Get over it. Get over it. Give me the WOBA. Let's get over it. It's boring.
In the starting lineup are sitting out.
So it's baby. Wah. Complain about the NBA. Wah. We don't need you. No, we don't need you.
20-game regular season.
Somebody get the Flyers a good player, please, so we can stop this charade that you care about the NBA.
The playoffs. The NBA Cup in the playoffs. Makes sense, right?
Gosh,
how many games they play? 7? The NBA Cup's what, 7 games? Play the NBA Cup.
Give me the Bryson Stott pick and move on.
By the way, really good.
Let's go. Where's Caballero on Tampa Bay?
Come on, Randall's a little bit better. I like Randall a little bit better on Tampa Bay.
All right.
Little bit of flip there. But the NBA does have an issue here. And because I've been sticking up for the NBA. Once the playoffs get here, I enjoy it. And I'm not down on the NBA that we had 7 of 8 smash jobs over the weekend. We still enjoyed it. We watched it, we bet it, and we watched it play out. Now you want to see the teams make the corrections and step back into it. But I just look at that Rockets game and be like, I don't need the regular season if the Warriors win ever again in my life. Nothing cares. Players should take 50% of the time off in the regular season to make sure they're healthy in the playoffs, because apparently seeding doesn't matter 1 iota, where a number 7 team can win and be like a minus 400 favorite to win the series on a home team. That's all I'm saying. There's no other sport would have this, Kevin, where a 2 seed's getting lit by a number 7 seed in any other sport as this much of a favorite. It would never happen.
What about Packers Cowboys, you psychopath? What are you talking about? Packers Cowboys 2 years ago was one of the biggest beatdowns I've ever seen in my life. What are you talking about? Stop complaining. This is awful analysis. What is this?
Everybody game matters.
This wouldn't happen in any other sport. In the NHL, the number 1 seed gets eliminated every 4 years in the round 1. What are you talking about?
Because it matters. The regular season matters when you line up different. If you look at the NBA, the Warriors being we're going to put it back on here. Where was the home team, which is the Rockets? This is what the part I'm making. Did I miss it wrong? The Packers were a heavy favorite over the Cowboys? Is that what you're telling me? That's not right.
Houston was favored in the game last night.
Right.
Houston was favored to win the game.
Not favored to win the series. They're the 2 seed, and they're the underdog. The series was not favored. The Warriors are favorites to win that series.
Yeah, to win a series. Okay, yes, game number 1. No, they were not favored to win game 1.
Name me one sport outside of a devastating injury that ended the season for a team. It's like, well, what do you want? They're the 2 seed, and now they lost their best
the Eagles
player.
on their whole run.
Exactly. You lost your best player.
The Warriors, why are you ignoring that the Warriors in the middle of this season reshaped their entire team?
Who cares what they reshaped their entire team? I'm talking about once you get to the playoffs, a healthy team as the Rockets as the 2 seed are prohibitive underdogs to the 7. Only the NBA. Because the regular season does not matter. One iota. Nobody watches.
That makes no sense.
Cares. Playoffs are here, and they're showing us. The odds makers show us the regular season does not matter. The Rockets are a 35-1 to win the Western Conference as a 2 seed this morning. No other sport would ever have that because the regular season stinks. How about that? No other sport.
Again, when you have everyone reshaping their team in the middle of this season, and the gap between these teams is 2, 3, or 4 games, it's just common sense.
Never happened. Never happened. What it is. People are loving it in the chat box. They're loving the yelling. They're loving it. Clockwork says, I'm with the honey all the way. Of course you are. Everybody's with me.
Of course you are.
My show yet.
I know. Elon agrees too.
Download the SportsGrid mobile app.
Just do it. You might as well get it. We're not going to shut up about it until you do. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
With the SportsGrid News Flash, I'm Trey Westerberg. Pope Francis has died at the age of 88. The Pope has suffered months of severe health ailments, including a bout of severe pneumonia. His death was announced by Cardinal Kevin Farrell, saying, quote, at 7:35 this morning, the Bishop of Rome, Francis, returned to the house of the Father. A federal judge denied Sean Diddy Combs' request for a 2-month delay in his sex trafficking case. The judge chose to keep the planned start date in place, leaving Combs' legal team roughly 3 weeks to complete the rapper's defense against allegations of sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, and more. A slow-moving active storm system brought heavy rain, large hail, and tornadoes to parts of Texas and Oklahoma and left 2 people dead. There were 17 reported events Saturday, according to the National Weather Service. 5 were confirmed in south central Oklahoma. 2 to 4 inches of rain accumulated Saturday into Sunday from north central Texas across central eastern Oklahoma. I'm Trey Westerberg with the SportsGrid News Flash.
When you partner with CDW, your people get more out of technology. CDW AI architects deliver Microsoft services to automate tasks and boost productivity, helping sales reps connect with more customers, remote teams collaborate seamlessly, and small businesses compete at scale. That's amazing. Make amazing happen. Microsoft and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/modernwork.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available.
Let's make something crystal clear. The winning edge has nothing to do with increasing good luck. Luck has nothing to do with it. It's sports gaming strategies and information. You want luck? Flip a coin. You want to win? Flip it here. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
People very excited about this part of this stuff. See what happens when K-Dub takes a whole week off and you don't see him on the networks anywhere to be found, just reappears somehow on a Monday right here on the show. But K-Dub was live in the studio Saturday night, which we're going to talk a little NBA here. We're going to splash the pot on a couple hot topics. Draft is this week. We're excited for that here on the SportsGrid Network.
Yeah.
But how disappointed were you Saturday night watching LeBron James? It starts out slow. Luka's like, I got you. Don't worry about it. We're going to be fine. And yet they still get pummeled in that basketball game against the T-Wolves.
So, firstly, I had a bet on Minnesota to win game 1, Lakers to win the series at plus 500 because I thought it was one of the more ridiculous prices I could remember. It's just like the Lakers are to win the series, what, Donnie? Like plus 120 range, I think, after the loss. I think it's something like that. And it's not like Minnesota was a 20-point underdog in the game, right? Like it was plus 4. So I now have the Lakers at plus 500 to win the series. My only regret is I didn't, bet that a little bit more. What was funny.
But wait, how do you get a plus 500 to win the series? When was that?
So you can bet pre-series, Donnie. I don't know how much you dive into the NBA series stuff. You can bet the result of game number 1. It's a parlay.
Okay.
Game 1 winner, series winner.
Okay.
And you can take it
so
would be
you
right up your
game 1 and then Lakers winner? Let's see. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
But they were giving me plus 500 on that, which was totally whacked, right? Yeah. What would be up your alley truly would be taking Golden State game 1, Golden State series. You're all of a sudden getting like plus 100. You're like, what? This is incredible. Like, right? Like, nevertheless, Coach and I at the end of the opening quarter, it was kind of this just like, this blissful laugh. Man, LeBron, end of first quarter, no points, no rebounds, no assists. They're up 7. This is amazing. Oh, no. Whoops. Whoa. Oh, no. Oh, wow. They're losing. Oh, they're really losing. And it was just that slow start carried into the second quarter. Reeves didn't have it either. And they were just way behind the 8 ball then on a night where the Timberwolves set a franchise record for made threes. I would imagine any team that when a team sets a franchise record in made threes over the last 10 years, they're probably unbeaten in the game.
Nas Reed style, man, coming off there splashing. By the way, 50% from 3-point range for Minnesota on the road, night 1. Yeah. Big win for them. I'm interested because I love it. Handicapping strategies date, 50 years back. But I know people love the zigzag theory. Lose game 1, bounce back in game number 2, or at least get the cover at that point. I'm interested to see a lot of these series, how they play out. Like you got the Pistons tonight taking on the Knicks. Young Pistons team trying to learn how to win. Should have won game number 1, didn't. That hangover, does it start the game? Can they cover the 7, or is it now just the Knicks series overall? I had over 27.5 points in game number 1 for Brunson. He gets 30s, even if they're a really bad start to that game. Came on in the second half, and certainly a big part of that 21-0 comeback campaign. Dropping a couple triples as well, just getting hot off the bench. But I'm interested to see how they return. And same thing with the Clippers game tonight, which is a great one. A minus 1.5 point favorite for the Clippers. I thought the Clippers should have won game number 1. It was entertaining, went to overtime, and now we find ourselves in game number 2. So if we just talk about the NBA quickly for tonight's action, what are we feeling tonight? Is it like a layover for the Pistons, like we should have had it, now we just can't get it together? Is it the Knicks figuring they played much better in the fourth quarter? Let's just continue this in game number 2. And same thing for the Clippers. Like James Harden was phenomenal in that game, and they still lost.
Yeah, that's the worry, I think, for LA, is that Harden was that good and you didn't come away with a win. Now, Kawhi wasn't very good, but the number on the Clippers is preposterous. I don't know why, or I don't know what is leading to every single team who lost the first game, Donnie, had the point spread move in their favor other than Memphis. But they lost by 50. So you could justify that. Like if you look ahead to Wednesday, Houston's -3 in that game against Golden State, right? Tomorrow the Lakers are up to 5.5, which is a point higher than what they were. So you're paying this huge tax of, where they're not going to go down 0-2. The difference, though, between Houston and the Lakers and then when you bring the Clippers into the equation is they're on the road.
Yeah.
So not that the Clippers want to lose this game, but it's hardly series over, right? I think most people would say if Golden State or Minnesota go up 2-0, going back to their building, those series will feel done. That is not the case if the Clippers drop this game. I don't know if I will be on Denver. I laid 2.5 against the Clippers in game number 1, which was obviously devastating to have Norm Powell hit that 3 and then Clippers not foul after it. But then the Clippers, they won't lose again tax is as high as you'll see this whole postseason, probably.
Yeah, I like it. Like game number 2 is better than game number 3s and game number 4s as you get into it, because it's like, ooh, did my eye deceive me? Like there's some blow. It's like, OKC is just like, you know what? We're here. Can you just teleport us to the championship? We're not here to mess around. Like they just absolutely pulverize the Memphis Grizzlies. But also understand this teams are rested and ready. Some of these play-in teams, you saw Cleveland win by 20 plus points over the Miami Heat, but the Heat on the road, playoff game number 1. On the road, playoff game number 2. Quick turnaround again, playoff game number 3. On the road against the number 1 seed. Playing with them until the fourth quarter where they got dropped by double digits there, and that was that final score. So I do like the ebbs and flows of the NBA. And tonight, We'll all be watching there with multiple games tonight, double headers it goes, long extended series is what we root for, particularly in the first round, because why? 2 and 3 games every single night. Absolutely love to see it. Now, as we set the table and getting into the next segment here, Kevin, the NFL draft is this weekend. Thursday night, SportsGrid's going to have a nice extravaganza. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Friday, Saturday? Are you doing any action on Saturday? Or excuse me, Thursday, Friday, and any Saturday action, or just Thursday and Friday? Doing all three.
No Saturday. Just Thursday, Friday. No one does Saturday.
Round 1, then round 2, 3. Is it 2, 3 on Friday or 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, I think it's 2. No, just 2, 3.
Yeah, 2, 3. Smart move. Who's going to be in studio? Let the boys know. Like, what's going on out here? I'm cut off.
We got it's myself, Ben, and Lisi. We'll be at the desk with Mike Blewett and Adam Kaplan joining us in studio as well. So we'll have a full crew. We'll be able to live react to what feels like it is going to either be, and let's be honest, either the most boring draft of all time or the wildest. It doesn't feel like there's going to be much of an in-between here. This thing is either going to stink and the first 10 picks will be chalk, or we're going to get some fun, chaos throughout the draft.
The bets fired in already? Like, are we already lined up?
There's a couple things in. There's not a ton of things in, but we got a couple items.
All right. We'll continue with that conversation because I'm not in agreement on the number 2 pick. I'm not. Moneyline. We'll be right back.
Oh!
Yeah.
Get the SportsGrid mobile app. It's much easier to carry than your lucky horseshoe.
And you won't get stopped at the airport.
This is the SportsGrid Radio Network. The SportsGrid Radio Network presents This Date in Sports History.
1977, Yankees manager Billy Martin pulls a lineup out of the hat. The Bombers went on a 13-2 run en route to the World Championship. But for shortstop Bucky Dent, he was selected to bat last, his normal spot in the loaded Yankee lineup that included Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson and All-Stars Thurman Munson and Greg Nettles. For SportsGrid Radio, I'm Mike DeMurgis.
The Technology Minute with George Capalbo.
New University of Ottawa research says if you're a member of the Polar Bear Club and like to take a dip in the ocean during sub-zero weather, you might actually be extending your life. This study finds acclimating your body to repeated exposure to immersion in cold water for an hour over 7 days supercharges cellular resistance, the body's natural mechanisms cleaning out damaged tissue. If you want to try this for yourself and you're not quite ready to jump into the Arctic Ocean, maybe just try a cold shower. Follow me at G Capalbo on X and stay tuned to The Technology Minute for more cool stuff like this.
Football Full Circle.
Do you think the Saints, knowing that no team in front of them really is in need of a quarterback, do you think New Orleans could wait at 9 to get Shedeur Sanders, or do they need to be aggressive?
You can't assume in the NFL. It's like waiting for the perfect opportunity, right? That might never come. If they don't do that and another team jumps them, they're dead.
It's Football Full Circle with Ben Stevens and Joe Lisi. Weekdays noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on the SportsGrid Radio Network. There are too many people addicted to their phones these days, unless it's to look or listen to the SportsGrid mobile app. In fact, you should delete all your apps but ours.
Your wife texts you too much anyway.
This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Yo! All right, draft's coming up Thursday night. We'll enjoy it. We'll have some fun. But before that, do you see the latest news coming out of Philadelphia today, Kevin? Have you got a chance to gander?
No, what do we got?
A.J. Brown got his car stolen this morning.
Oh, I did see that. Okay.
He put out a tweet, basically said, bring it back. If you don't, I'm going to find you, and it is what it is.
Yeah. What does that mean? Also, it's interesting that he's positive he'll find the guy, which I think is pretty interesting. Also, there's no way whoever stole the car brings it back, right?
Right. My bad. Lambo. I just took it for a spin. Wanted to impress the ladies. I feel you, brother. You want some tickets for the game? home opener next year, going to be a big night here. You know what I mean?
Also, bring it back. Like, I don't know if the person who stole it is on Twitter now. Like, you know what?
No. They see that, like, man, AJ Brown, like, you knew that's going to hit. When you steal, like, I'm sure it was probably a Lambo, Ferrari, whatever he had.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, we took that over to the chop shop here. Like, it's going to be big news. Like, AJ Brown's car was stolen. And they're like, yo, AJ just said, bring it back. No big deal. We'll exchange it. But who would bring the car back like AJ? Okay, I'm going to wait in front of my house.
You think they knew it was his car?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That wasn't.
All right.
He said Philly, but he lives in South Jersey, in Camden County. So he doesn't live in Philadelphia. So it's probably just like, hey, Philly, which means like, well, what you doing in Philly? Like, he doesn't actually live in Philly. He lives in South Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
But that part, like, nobody's going to be like, hey, you don't know if that's it. Like, dude's got a Lambo and a nice big house. You probably figure it's like, you know what? Did my research on where some of these guys live and what they drive. Let's wait for the moment. Easter Sunday night when everybody had that big meal, relax.
Oh, wow.
The day off on a Monday, 3 a.m, Lambo goes missing at this point. But, I mean, pulling back up where AJ's on the front lawn. All right, man, you got my car and bring it back. Like, AJ's not a little guy, man. I doubt you'd like, hey, can I just get the keys back real quick? You might be getting a shot to the jaw at the same time. Like, I told you I was going to press charges, but I didn't say I was going to get some physicality in here.
I would also, but AJ should not be the person like standing on the front steps waiting to collect the keys.
No, he
like,
he would.
Yeah, you don't know who it is you're dealing. This is a person that stole your car. I mean, there's they
want protection. Send the ransom note. Like, look, it's down on Sansom Street in Philadelphia. You'll find it in the second row of the IGA or the ShopRite or something down there. You know what I mean? That's how I would do them. Like, my bad. Just wanted to take it for a spin. No big deal at this point.
Can you imagine if someone replies to him on Twitter, my bad, I left it at Stop and Shop?
My bad, brother. Man. On my way back now. But I think CJGJ retweeted and said something like, yo, bro, that's gone. And with like a smiley emoji. You know him, so, like, you think you're getting that back because you asked? Because I think they stole his car at that point. My goodness, man. I've seen with the stuff they can do now, Kev, with the key fob, where they can clone it and just open your garage and then get in your car and drive away. Like, this isn't like the old, this isn't the old school, like, I'm going to get the screwdriver and jam it, like, into the steering wheel and I feel it. Like, these guys are programmed. Like, again, that's, criminals, now that with the internet age, are way too crazy. Like, they can, like, you have, like, I have ADT security at my house. Like, there's a way they can jam the ADT security, so it just knocks it off and just climb on in the windows. I mean, come on, man, stop the madness. But I thought that was interesting where he got it stolen. Was like, look, just bring it back. But if you don't, it is what it is, and I'll eventually find you, and we'll, like, duke it out somewhere.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's no good.
All right, so let's get back to the draft here at this point. Cam Ward, number 1 overall pick, looks like that's going to be sold. The Travis Hunter ascension, Kevin, to the number 2 overall pick just gets higher every day. It's minus 900 today to be the number 2 overall pick, Travis Hunter. Abdul Carter falls back to plus 500 there, but a minus 480 to be the number 3 overall pick. I don't know what's going to happen. I know a lot of teams play it close to the vest. But from your perspective, not the number 2 pick, who's making the number 2 pick? Is it that Cleveland's not moving?
No, I think they are a team. I don't know if they've convinced themselves of it, but everything that I think Travis Hunter at least can be, they hope he is. So I think Cleveland. What I do think is really interesting, though, and we can get into this more. I think from all the things we're hearing, the Browns see him as a wide receiver first, cornerback
ridiculous
second.
Do you agree with that?
So I agree with it. Oh, you and I have talked. If Travis is going to be forced to play one side of the ball, it is the easiest decision of his life to play wide receiver. I don't care. If the team is telling me I can't do both, I'm playing receiver. I don't care what they think I'm better at.
I think he's a better cornerback than wide.
Doesn't matter. Money, you do this all the time. You'll agree with me.
Yeah, but if you're a top-level DB, like a top 5
you're not making
better than top 20 wide out, yes.
But he thinks he's the number 1 wide out.
Call me up. I got it.
This is the place.
This is where you'll get expert perspectives and sports gaming strategies 24/7.
And it's free.
Beat that, you cheap. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Progressive presents the SportsGrid Sports Flash. I'm Chuck Sanders. NBA playoffs on Sunday. Oak City took a 1-0 series lead over the Grizzlies with a 131-80 win. The Celtics up 1-0 on the Magic after a 103-86 victory in Boston. The Cavaliers beat Miami 121-100 to go up 1-0 in the series. Donovan Mitchell had 30 points. Golden State beat Houston 95-85 to go up 1-0 in the series. Action tonight, the Knicks host the Pistons. Detroit looking at even series at 1 apiece. Denver looking to go up 2-0 in the series at home tonight against the Clippers. PGA Justin Thomas closed with a 21-foot birdie on the first playoff hole to win the RBC Heritage. He jumped past Andrew Novak, who also finished at 17 under. Yankees left-hander Max Fried lost a no-hit bid in Sunday's 4-0 win over Tampa, just as the bottom of the eighth was about to start when the official scorer changed the sixth-inning call to a hit after originally calling it an error. Elsewhere Sunday, the Braves finished off a sweep of the Twins 6-2. The Reds pounded the Orioles 24-2. In 10 innings, the Guardians nipped the Pirates 5-4. Save big when you bundle auto and home, renters, or condo with Progressive. That's the SportsGrid Sports Flash. I'm Chuck Sanders.
Transforming your land with a John Deere compact tractor is as easy as connect, latch, load, haul, spread. Cutting grass is as simple as roll, click, mow. Box blading is as effortless as hook, lock, grade. And backhoeing is as convenient as turn around, switch, dig. Because when you've got the versatility to tackle just about any job and dealer support in your own backyard, you just have to get in the seat. Find the right compact tractor for you at johndeere.com.
Progressive Home Quote Explorer lets you easily compare rates, so shopping for insurance might be the easiest part of owning a home. Definitely easier than this.
Psst, honey, what? Shh, there's a salesman walking up the driveway.
Oh no, he's got a clipboard.
What do we do?
Get down.
Down?
On the floor, you...
Shoot, did he see us?
Why are you breathing so loud?
Home ownership isn't easy, but with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, shopping for home insurance is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
If sports talk stations were buffets, we'd be the one with the line out the door where every night is rib night and you came alone because the crowd gives you a measure of cover so you won't get any grief for going back 9 times. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Right back at it. Topics all the way around includes Patriots Day in Boston today. Heavy favorite for the Red Sox, who the White Sox actually have a lead in the top of the second inning, 1-0, and a runner on second base. Walker Buehler on the mound here for the Boston Red Sox. We'll see how that one plays out. Couple games tonight, too. Yankees, Guardians, Reds, Marlins, Padres, Tigers, Phillies, Mets, Cardinals, Braves, Blue Jays, Astros, and Brewers, and the Giants tonight. So, some good spots tonight. Some pitching spots. Think maybe some points, as we like to say, runs scored for the Yankees and the Guardians game. 63-degree temperatures, wind blowing out to right field, double digits. Might have some fun there. Reds, who just plated 24 runs yesterday against the Baltimore Orioles. They're taking on the Marlins today. The Phillies and the Mets, a battle for first place in the East. And the Phillies got beat yesterday by the Marlins because their bullpen stinks out loud and they don't get clutch hits. And away you go. And the Braves trying to resuscitate their season. So I've been enjoying Major League Baseball as a Yankees fan. Loving it, hating it, fun. Jazz Chisholm batting 150. Love it.
Yeah, the Judge stuff is incredible to me. Like the perception that Ohtani is always going to win MVP and every year he plays baseball. And then he's like in an incredible race. Like if the season ended today, he should get 0 votes, Shohei Ohtani, and Judge should win it unanimously in the American League. And I just think it's very funny when you kind of put those side by side. And like, if the season ended today, Tatis would win. It doesn't end today. I get it. It's April, but Tatis would win MVP unanimously. No,
I mean he's not the favorite.
Sure, but that's because the season. But he has the second best odds, right? Didn't Tatis climb up that far?
Yeah, does he have the second best odds? Who was in second before that though? Let me just.
Or was it Kyle Tucker?
Let's see divisions. No, it was Corbin Carroll the other day, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh! Now come on, explain yourself.
Oh, now it is Tatis after last night's home run. Yeah, so now he does have right behind Carroll.
But look at the gap. I'm sorry. I listen. Aaron Judge is minus 350. Ohtani is plus 230. The idea on Ohtani is every single year he's just going to run away with the MVP in whatever league he plays in. I don't.
But it's not though. He's only plus 2. Running away is Aaron Judge after a couple weeks.
That's my point, though.
The guy hurts a hamstring. Goodness, what's that price going to be?
Yeah, I wouldn't bet Judge at minus 350. But here's the other problem: if you do look at the American League, you know how down in the NBA they do the first team All NBA or NFL, the All AP team. right? So if Major League Baseball had to do, like, here's our 10 best guys this season, hitter, and it's primarily hitters. The American League would be lucky to have 2 guys. Gunnar Henderson, third best odds. He missed the first 2 weeks of the season. Trout, love him. Nobody actually thinks he'll hold up. Or, I don't even think Jose Ramirez is having a good season.
He's doing all right. Corey Seager's doing okay. Yeah, it's like the one guy that you expect to be there, and it's like, well, we're just going to keep putting Bobby Witt back up there, even though Kansas City stinks out loud this year. We'll see if he can hang around and get like 700 base hits in meaningless baseball games. But it is interesting how that does play out. I'm enjoying it so far, like trying different strategies, the one HRRs, hits, runs, and RBI market, trying to match those up, trying to sort of get like a prognosis. I've been having so much fun, like handicapping, like when you're not under pressure per se, but you're just betting limited odds, just trying to like really track things at the end of the night and trying to find some ways that hit. Now, the interesting part about that is I didn't add up my stuff from yesterday, but I've been doing it like the last 4 to 5 days, like going back 1s, 2s, and 3s in that market. And it seemed like the one market, like I'm picking high rates here, but if you mismatch like 1 or 2 of them in the wrong place, it really limits what you can actually win. The 2+ market is more like one of those where you'd centralize, even the 3+ market in round robins. But I just get back to the point where it seems like every time, like the statistics I look at aren't batting average. And the statistics I look at, Kevin, aren't necessarily do they get base hits. What do they do with the at-bats here? Are they driving the baseball, doubles, triples, home runs, which again leads right into RBI, which still seems like the best market. You're getting prices from plus 125 to plus 275 in that respect, right? Where you just got to knock one in. And if you have a game with pitchers that you're expecting them to knock around, and let's just say the expected totals will be 5 runs on that team, chances are I'm probably going to pick 1 or 2 of those guys out that are going to get the RBIs. Now, there are extenuating circumstances, yes, but it still feels to me like that market where I think on a night-to-night basis, I can probably hit around 50% on good nights, which again, plus 125 to plus 225, you hit 50%. That's a really good night at plus money. Then there are nights where you're really going to ramp it up and do well, but the RBI market, like even if you go 5 for like 18, like you're still not that bad off because if you're hitting a couple 2-to-1 prices, it covers up for a lot of stuff. So I'm looking at that market and the round robin market there where it's like, okay, let me pick out the best RBI in like 10 different games. You have a 10-leg RBI. If you connect 5 of those, they ping pong off each other. So I still think that's the best of the route. Team totals will always be there, but I'm trying to find that market that makes sense because I do think the 1+1+1 market does make sense. Like if I told you tonight, right? Pete Alonso, Aaron Judge, and Jose Altuve is plus 100 for them each to get 1 statistic. Like, you know what? That's worth it. As opposed to, which I'm getting burned a little bit here, Kevin. Like, let's just say I take the Phillies yesterday. Stott blows it away. Harper blows it away. And Schwarber was like the only player in the entire lineup without a statistic, like in the middle of the lineup. It's like, you've got to be kidding me.
So I think just from, because I do enjoy the hit run RBIs. Like when they give you the boost, it's the market I try and go to if I can. I think it's very tricky to do the 1+ hit run RBI four guys on the same team because it just feels like one guy gets left out. Otherwise they're going to score 9 runs, right? Or something like that.
And by the way, I've had multiple games, Kevin, where every single player has a stat in the lineup. And the guy, and it's not like saying, well, Donnie, you took Alec Boehm, who's hitting 100. Like, he's probably going to get left out. Like, no, like, Boehm gets 2 statistics, and Schwarber, in the middle of a lineup that scores like 8 runs, has nothing. Like, the one time, I had Jazz Chisholm on a night where I think the Yankees scored like 9 runs. He didn't have a stat. I'm like, what world am I living in? And also, the ones where he's constantly coming up to the plate with things that he just needs to put the ball in play.
Yeah.
Those are the worst. Second and third, 2 out or 1 out. Gets the walk to first base. Next guy comes up, hits a ground ball, sacrifice, boom, he scores. Next guy pop fly. You don't even score the runner from first base. There's been so many of those. So it is a frustrating market at times.
How does the pricing of, let's use the guys you said, Judge, Alonso, Altuve, all for 1, compare from 365 to FanDuel?
They're different. They're usually 365 is a better market all the way around on those. Like if you're looking for like a regular team, it's just their marketplace of what they're aggressive pricing on. Like I'll find some times where it's like, okay, do I want to take a team total? Let's just say 70% of the time the team total itself is better at FanDuel, but then I look for the RBI market and the HRR market, and it's better on Bet365. Like your values there where you look. But that's really what it is. But sometimes you'll find them off. But sometimes, like at the beginning of the season, Kevin, the RBI markets, one guy minus 180, minus 125 on FanDuel. Like they were wacky, like to start that first week.
The thing is DK does not offer you 1, 2, 3. They just give you the over-unders. Now, their pricing is a lot more fair because they're actually giving you an over-under.
Yeah.
FanDuel doesn't even give you over-unders. It's all 1 plus hit.
365 is over-under. They have the over-under, 1.5. Well, and by the way, it's 1.5 and halves. Like, as their like straight line. Yeah.
Yeah. It may be better on 365. I would say just, again, you've obviously tested a lot of stuff. I'd rather you tell me, hey, you know what? Line it up tonight. I'm big on the Reds. I'm big on the Astros.
Yeah.
Give me Ellie De La Cruz, Austin Hayes, Altuve, Alvarez, 4-man, 2 guys for my top 2 lineups tonight.
Yes.
And, trust it that way.
Yes.
What I've done a few times, too, with the FanDuel boost is I'll take Soto and Alonso each for 1, Bobby Witt, different game for 2. 3-man, who's my favorite guy, and then where's a team that I really like kind of thing.
Yeah, here's the thing. It says, Steve Engblom says, K-Dub, double-check DK. I recall seeing that 1+2 market in parlay market, so maybe saw something different at different times. Because, by the way, FanDuel comes out real late with those. But I do want to bring up that thought process on that of why it's like almost a correlation, which is what you need. We'll talk about it more. It's Moneyline on a Monday.
Winning is not just beating the odds. It's the thing that keeps the wife smiling and your kids in respectful awe.
Oh, Father. Now cut that out.
This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Progressive presents the SportsGrid Sports Flash. I'm Chuck Sanders. Stanley Cup playoffs on Sunday. The Hurricanes beat the Devils 4-1 to go up 1-0. The Maple Leafs pounded Ottawa 6-2 to take a 1-0 series lead. Vegas doubled up the Wild at home 4-2 the final. The Golden Knights up 1-0. Tonight, Canadiens and Capitals game 1 in D.C. Kings Oilers game 1 in Los Angeles. Winnipeg looking to go up 2-0 over the Blues. Dallas looking to even up their series at 1 apiece with Colorado. Yankees left-hander Max Fried lost a no-hit bid in Sunday's 4-0 win over Tampa just as the bottom of the 8th was about to start when the official scorer changed the 6th inning call to a hit after originally calling it an error. Elsewhere Sunday, the Braves finished off a sweep of the Twins 6-2. The Reds pounded the Orioles 24-2. In 10 innings, the Guardians nipped the Pirates 5-4. PGA Justin Thomas closed with a 21-foot birdie on the first playoff hole to win the RBC Heritage. He jumped past Andrew Novak, who also finished at 17 under. It was an off week for the NASCAR Cup Series. They return next Sunday at Talladega. Save big when you bundle auto and home, renters, or condo with Progressive. That's the SportsGrid Sports Flash. I'm Chuck Sanders.
Don't miss your chance to spring into deals at Lowe's. Right now, get a free 60-volt Toro battery when you purchase a select 60-volt Toro electric mower. Plus, buy 3 19.3-ounce vegetable and herb Bonnie plants for just $10. It's time to give your yard a grow-up. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 4/23. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag with a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, 4-piece nugs, Junior Hot and Crispy Fries, and small soft drink is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon is all the time. Duh. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's.
Unlimited time does not mean forever. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California and via third-party delivery. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
You've heard of smart bombs,
Smartphones, smart cars, smart watches, and smart glasses.
Now you can add smart player,
giving you sports gaming strategies and information 24/7.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Take a look at strategies. People in Major League Baseball having some fun with those. The Red Sox tied up 1-1 as we go into the third inning. How did they score that run? Was it a jack? Yes, Rob Refsnyder. Home run, the center field, left center, 397. So they're tied up in that game. Ones. Anything changes there, we'll certainly pop back into it. But the correlation market, which is where, I did a lot of things too, Kevin. It was taking like the same game and just, 2, 3, 4 in the lineup. And it's not, you're not just picking 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Like the numbers have to make sense. And it's like, okay, I think this team's going to score 5 runs. The big part of it's going to be up top. And for the most part, it's still profitable. But you don't want to be like scraping along at something. Like you want like the end game to be like, boy, that was really nice. Case in point, do like a $25 round robin parlay with 3 players to get RBI, 125, 145, 185. So all 3 of them hit, nice payday. 2 of them hit, nice payday. And you could sort of move up the ranks and you don't need to have devastatingly good numbers. Like I even did it over the weekend, Kevin, like $150 round robin that would have paid out like $850, like all the way through with the +1 market. But some of those games had 2, some of those games had 3, some of those games had 4 people. And at the end of the day, it's like, boy, I connected 5 of them, but lost 3 and won like $1. You see what I mean? Like, even though you probably should have gotten more, but the round robin is supposed to be like, you take a 5-leg round robin, hit 2 of them, like, okay, got my money back, boy. If I can get 3, now we're eating 4, unbelievable 5. Now it's time to party. Like, there's no like party upend of it. And there's nothing more upsetting than, man, Trey Turner had 8 statistics in this game. Harper had 7. Schwarber had none. It's like, well, if I would have just went straight, like Trey Turner, the one day who I saw, it was either 7 or 8 he had. Kevin, was 40-1 if you would have bet it that high. You can do that on 365. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think up to 8, I want to say. It's either 7 or 8. Some of those numbers are astronomical. Now, granted, you'd be like, well, wait, I bet 5, 6, and 7. The guy had 4. Would have been a really nice payday. Why didn't I just do that? So you're not going to say I have 17 guys. Let me bet them 1 all the way through 8 because nobody would have that much money to do that and hoping for a payday. But I find myself now saying it's also smart sometimes just to forget about the plus money number. Let's just say 3 players, good players, come out to be a plus 100. I've also had some successes saying, you know what? Let me take it to minus 135, Kevin. Let's just go Altuve, and I'm just using names from last year that people know, like Altuve, Bregman, back-to-back. Just those 2 against a bad pitcher. One, they're probably both going to get base hits, but if not, Altuve works a walk and Bregman doubles in the gap. You're already done in the first inning, and I've hit that many times. So I've tried that market. But again, I don't think the round robin market there makes sense. With 2s and 3s, it does because they're more plus money. But I just think that team total, couple RBI, but I do want to have at least one, hit runs RBI parlay market because I do think that makes some sense because there's usually out of 15 games, there's 3 games you think a pitcher's going to get slaughtered. And if you're picking guys like Shohei Ohtani in one game, Aaron Judge in another one, and again, Pete Alonso against bad pitching matchups, there's a good chance they're going to get 1 statistic in that lineup. So I think there's value there, but really playing the value market. Like Kevin, one day last week, I think it was like 17 to 20, I hit in the 1 HRR market, and I made, again, like $5. But again, I was betting very light. But you shouldn't hit numbers like that, like go 17 and 3 and made $5, even if they're $10 bets. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's when you have to line them all up.
Yeah,
I guess it can get tricky when you have to rely on the parlays portion of it. It has to get tricky. That's why when you were experimenting with the 2+ RBI, I always thought that was fascinating.
That's fun market.
You know, there's still a part of me that thinks once the statistics are fully in for you, call it like mid-May. Just bet home runs, enough all this other nonsense, and you'll be fine.
Like,
I'm sure you're still getting home runs constantly.
You know what's funny? I have a home run drought on the and again, home runs are the hardest thing to pick out. Obviously, that's why they're the highest price at this point. But I have a drought like in the last 3 weeks on picking like home runs on the Sunday show, which again, I had Aaron Judge yesterday, and supposedly I didn't watch, but he hit a home run. They called it foul, reviewed it, still called it foul. And then he's like, well, why are we playing in a minor league park? Which again is the Yankees minor league park, which made me laugh at that comment at that point, sort of taking like a double shot of what are we doing here? But you're right, because the numbers I look at, again, aren't designed for, hey, Louis, arise. Like, damn, Louis got great numbers. Like, yeah, you know Louis slapping a single here and there, getting on base repeatedly. But the numbers I look at are 1 swing of the bat, which, again, Jazz Chisholm is batting 150. But Chisholm still shows up every single day, Kevin, as you should be taking Jazz Chisholm because we know what he does. Let me just have 0 game plan but to drive this baseball as far as I can. And there's a lot of 0-4s and 0-5s in that lineup. But also there are days where it's like, well, yeah, he's got like 6 hits on the year, 4 jacks. You know what I mean? So those are the stats I like. I don't know why I keep on picking Jazz because twice he's crushed me. And I keep going back to this guy, this idiot. Oh, man, Jazz, come on, help me out. Help me out.
Man, I just want to, I know this is a little off the beaten path, but I see the segment's coming to a close and it's just, it's up your alley.
Yep.
And I'm really torn on it. But have you seen today the heavy Ashton Genty Jaguars buzz that is building?
No.
The conversation is now Genty to the Jaguars at 5 is real. And I I feel like sometimes when I get to the draft, because I love betting the draft and mocking the draft.
Yes.
Raiders at 6. Bears at 10. Okay. Ooh, Jacksonville at 5. And I feel like I've had a step back moment of, are we really about to like co-sign a team taking a running back this early? And now we're going to do the thing where a running back goes in the 5th overall?
But here's
5th
the better
overall?
Like, it's a copycat. Like, the teams really go like, you know what? Saquon Barkley of the Eagles won a Super Bowl. I think I got my franchise quarterback. I think we got some weapons. That's now like the missing piece out here at this point. And I say it's so backwards. Like, the Eagles fell into, we have a really good team. Let's just add the best running back in football, and that'll put us over the top. And it did. And now I just feel like everybody's like, well, if we just get a Saquon Barkley back, our offense will just cruise like the Eagles did and run for 2,000 yards and destroy everything in its way. But like, it's funny, like, because I hear like the Raiders talk, and I'm like, they're the stupid enough organization to do that because I have no idea what they're doing. But it's a talented player that thinks he's going to win them games, which is wrong. Like, the Giants would take Ashton Ginty again, like, we're going to repeat the Saquon thing. We're going to suck, but have a great running back. And by the time when we expect to be good, he might be broken down or out of town. The Jaguars are the last team. Like, they had capable running backs. Why would you draft running back? You have so many needs on that team where you think you can be good in the future. Like, running back is not the priority. That's why I love you telling me that. It's like the worst team that I hear that needs a running back. It's like, hey, man, the Bears are going to go out and get Ashton Ginty. Why would the Bears go out and get Ashton Ginty? Like, they have, like, use it on something that can actually help you as opposed to a flashy toy. You're not ready to win a championship yet. We'll be right back. Moneyline.
Get the SportsGrid mobile app and you'll never be alone. Take the latest episodes of your favorite shows with you anywhere. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network. The new SportsGrid app is now available on iOS and the App Store. Experience the ultimate sports betting companion that provides personalized content from your favorite hosts. In-depth matchup previews, game and prop picks, live odds, stats, scores, and more. All in one place. And of course, on the SportsGrid app, you can tune into our live television and radio coverage anytime. On the go, wherever you are. Download the SportsGrid app on the iOS App Store now. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
For anyone who's worried about back taxes, has not filed tax returns, and doesn't know what to do next, stop and listen. Not filing your taxes can have severe consequences, especially in this political climate. Now that COVID is over, the IRS is getting aggressive, massively increasing enforcement and collection efforts. With politicians making all sorts of promises, especially when it comes to taxes, hiding and not dealing with your taxes will cause you harsh legal and financial ramifications. But right now, the IRS offers forgiveness and writes off a massive amount of tax debt. The Tax Doctor offers a free service that helps people get out of IRS collections and back in good standing with the government. Don't hide or bury your head in the sand. Take advantage of our free service. Call now to learn more. 800-816-4492. 800-816-4492. 800-816-4492. That's 800-816-4492.
Moneyline.
Look, we need to get to the important stuff right now, right? So this is where I sort of hijack this, because in college, the swag is so important here. And I see the pictures of you. You got the face paint. You got the right helmet. You got the right face mask. You have the wristbands only on the right arm, which I can appreciate. Give me some of that swag in the locker room before you come out of the game and say, you know what? Look good, play good, baby.
Catch Moneyline with Donnie Rightside and Kevin Walsh. Weekdays, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific. On the SportsGrid Radio Network.
You've searched, and now you found it.
A mostly peaceful oasis in the sports talk desert, where one multi-platform giant shines like a lighthouse on the calm ocean.
Nice metaphor.
That network
is SportsGrid.
This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
I'm very passionate about a lot of things. Handicapping NFL, handicapping baseball, talking sports, having some fun, busting some stones, and moving along with your day. But this topic came up last week, and Kevin wasn't here, so we can discuss it in the correct fashion. Now, as I say, like, I've always had this opinion, and this lightning rod didn't just hit me in the head and be like, I got to have an opinion on it. Kevin knows, in the realm of sports, I cannot stand or comprehend that a Major League Baseball team, a hockey team, a football team, a basketball team, you name it, outside of extenuating circumstances, as if the single best player in the sport's history, who meant so much to that sport, and he played for your team, that you take his jersey out of play where nobody can wear it again. I do think there's a thing where it's like the Wall of Honor makes some sense, the Ring of Honor that NFL teams have. And also, if you wanted to retire a jersey number, somebody could still wear that number, but you have like a little insignia patch on it. That's like, Derek Jeter of the Yankees. Shortstop this year wants to wear number 2, or whoever wants to wear number 2. But you're going to wear that number 2, but understand, like, there's going to be a little patch that commemorates. I don't know if it's just initials for Derek Jeter, but that's his jersey, retired, but you're allowed to wear it. So Kevin probably knows where I'm going now.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado Buffaloes. Retired Shedeur Sanders jersey, and also Travis Hunter's. In the world we live in typically now, and I loved it because there's a sort of a preamble behind this, because the minute I heard it, I thought it was ridiculous. And I said, all right, well, Travis Hunter's Heisman Trophy, I mean, that's the pinnacle of the game. I'll never have any problem with a university retiring a kid that won a Heisman Trophy, because that's the best player in the sport that year. And Heisman trophies don't go around to the University of Colorado that often. What, have maybe one? Rashaan Salam? I don't even know. Maybe they had some way back in the day, but there was at least one there. But it's waiting on it, and there's a hierarchy, because I heard Philip Lindsay talk about it. I heard Chad Brown talk about it, 2 really good players for Colorado, and said, you know what? You really like what Deion does because it's all our alma mater, and people are talking about it again. It's great. There's energy around my program, but like usually it takes like 30, 40, and 50 years sometimes, Kevin, to get like jerseys retired in college. Like you sort of move through the years, the championship years in the 90s, or maybe it's a Cordell Stewart, or, again, Rashaan Salam at that point. The fact that they just jumped the line, it was like, okay, the Deion era is here in Colorado. This is much different than anything else. We're going to retire those 2 jerseys and do it right away. Like the ink isn't even dry, like on the season of them even being drafted to the pros and their jerseys were retired. Because I would have said it would have been different in the way it would have hit. It was like, okay, Deion next year at the spring game is going to bring back the 1990, I think it was 1990, NCAA champions, whoever wanted to come back, and we're going to retire Eric Bieniemy's jersey or Cordell Stewart, or whoever it might be. And then he retired those jerseys later on. People wouldn't have been so upset. But it just feels like so quick, like, yeah, these guys went 13-12. He won a Heisman. He had good numbers at quarterback. We're going to retire these right away. What was your take when you saw that Deion was retiring Shedeur's number and also Travis Hunter? Because making those things about the university and the alumni didn't do it. Deion retired their numbers.
Yes, Deion did. And I think people need to just not, I don't know. I don't like when people go, okay, Travis, fine, but what about Shedeur? Why are we know what's going on, right? They're not going to retire both. In terms of impact on the program, Shedeur's was as much as Travis's, even if Travis was obviously the much better football player on the team. Colorado is Deion's world, and that should not make people uncomfortable. They were dead in the water. They were absolutely done. They were arguably the worst power program in college football. It's Deion's world, and that's okay. There is a half joke, half serious angle, though, of maybe why he made sure to get this done immediately. Yeah, you know exactly where I'm going.
Then can they take it down?
Well, and I wonder if they would, because they might be so angry. Like maybe they'll leave Travis's up there. There is a report this morning of one of the reasons Shedeur might fall is some coaching staffs might be worried about taking him.
Oh, wow. I know where you're
because
going.
if it doesn't, because if it doesn't work in year number 1, we all know who the replacement is in Deion coming to the pros.
Wow.
And then I'm going to go a step further. I heard this
like
morning on McShay's show saying the Giants beef. He swears, Donnie, you maybe won't believe him. It's not Mara. The scouting department wants Shedeur. Coach and GM seems a little uncertain. And I'm telling you now, I'm like, yeah, Dable's 100% positive he's going to get fired for Deion if he drafts Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, so good. I am so glad you brought this up because I never thought about this. But from my whole path where I am on such a rant with the Giants where like Mara is just like a chicken with his head cut off. And then you have the GM and the coach going, if we can show this idiot owner that we can win like 6 games this year, we're going to be back again. But if we draft Deion's kid, win 5 games, Deion picks up the phone, we won't have a job. Yeah, we can't draft a guy that actually might make our football team better. Get out of here with that. Hey, it's not right side of the
Ask any woman and she'll tell you all men are afraid of commitment.
Clearly, she's never met a SportsGrid listener.